to me a little bit about Birmingham, right? This is Premiere Birmingham, as you all know. So it's different from all the other shows that we get to go to. And there's a rich history here in Birmingham, Alabama. And you can't miss it. I mean, we drove from Massachusetts down here and driving through Alabama and parts of Georgia and Tennessee and all that. And you see fields and plantations and everything still out there. So, you know, let's dive into it. Talk to me about what it was like being a young black man growing up in Alabama.
Well, it's definitely different than other parts of the country. You know, when you're growing up and you're in the midst of things, you don't realize the differences. Certain things was a norm. You know, now let me go ahead and age myself because I'm 45.
Okay.
Right. So when I grew up, I was born in '72, so I grew up in the '80s. Now that's just 20 years removed from the 60s, where that's when everything really climaxed. It was 1963. That's when the bombing of 16th Street Church. And if you pick the movie Four Little Girls, the documentary that Spike Lee did about the bombing, really showed a telling point of view of the climate that Birmingham lived in at the time. And I grew up just 20 years from everything boiling over to society saying that, hey, this is wrong, let's make a difference. But just 20 years, a person can say, let's make a difference, but that doesn't mean the majority is going to go along with it. We can see in today's time right now, in this 2017, and I think racial tension is still a hot topic in our culture. So you can imagine that just 20 years from the civil rights movement, that you meet some people that are great, you know, then you have some people that they try to make you feel less than. Again, try, because no one, my mindset, and my mom always taught me, I can be whomever and whatever I want to be in life. That decision is up to me, not to anybody else. So growing up in this environment, if you allow it, it would teach you to, I'm not going to say fear, but to be very cautious of those who don't look like you. All right. But I never wanted to share. I don't believe in living in that with that type of restrictions. So I've learned at a young age to protect myself in certain kind of ways. Number one, life ain't fair. Okay? Life ain't fair. It is what it is. So therefore, there's no need for you to cry about it. There's no need for you to cause an uproar about it or try to wait until life becomes fair. It just isn't. Point blank, period. I do have to work harder and be more efficient and be better than the next man a lot of occasions in order to be looked at, nevertheless, to advance. That's what it is. You know what you have to do, so do what you have to do in order to create a better situation for you. And now for me, it's not just me, it's for me and my family. Growing up in Birmingham, especially at the time that I did, it gave me a fortitude, it gave me a toughness, it gave me a mindset where I became determined to be successful. I have a saying, I said I was born poor, but I'm not gonna die that way. And when you hear people, the worst thing you can possibly do to me is tell me that I can't do. Tell me I can't achieve. Tell me that goal is too great or too big for me. You know, I have greatness inside of me. I have God living inside of me, and He's great. So as long as I have Him, I don't care what you say, I can do. So when you have people trying to feed that into your spirit, it's just an automatic reject, and it's just going to make me work harder and to prove you wrong. So Birmingham is or was at the time a city that you had those people who would try to cultivate that negativity. But at the same time, let me not leave it just there, because I have seen this city grow. I have seen this city transform, the progression of the mindsets and of the people. Yes, I have had, let me just go ahead and just put it out there, I had some white people to call me out my name, to try to make me feel less than, but at the same time, I had some white people to love me, to give me opportunities, to help set me to be who I am right now. So for me, it's been with the good and the bad, a great place to live, because no matter what, it has made me the man who I am today. You know what I'm saying? So I love my city, because like I said, you know, when it's all said and done, it gave me determination, it gave me focus. The price of living here compared to other cities is pretty decent. You can make a decent income and live in a comfortable neighborhood, you know. You know, once upon a time, in some neighborhoods, if you can afford, they wouldn't let you live in. But that day has gone. You know, for the most part, man, I really don't see what I saw as a kid. I don't see as an adult, and that I'm proud of. I mean, even with cities, man, you see a lot of police brutality and unfair in the justice system. We may have a little bit. I mean, just a little bit. But for the most part, man, honestly, Birmingham is a pretty good place and fair place when it comes to that to live in.
Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank
I appreciate it.
you for having
All right,
us.
absolutely,
Thank
Tammie. Thank
you.
you so much. I appreciate you. All right, listen, WooCutzTV is connecting the beauty and barber industry through technology, media, and events like this right here. Stay tuned for more coverage on Premiere, Birmingham, and these wonderful individuals to my left and right. All right, WooCutzTV out.